There hasn't been a film where the feeling of love and letting someone go was so painful and sad. This movie felt so real, even if it is surreal at the same time. And it is one of my favorite films of all time. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind was released in 2004, directed by Michel Gondry. We follow a quiet, introverted man named Joel Barish, played by Jim Carrey, who falls in love with a woman named Clementine Kruczynski, played by Kate Winslet. But, unbeknownst to them, the two had a long and tumultuous relationship before, filled with anger, sadness, and frustration. So, they decided to erase their relationship from their mind, completely forgetting their history from when they first met to the end. This movie feels like it was meant to be watched by yourself. I remember just picking it up during the early summer of this year, 2021. I was still in a pretty low place, so I needed something to raise my spirits, or at least give me some clarity. I found it through this movie. A movie I heard so much of, but never had the time to watch. So one day, I sat at my desk and started watching it with the lights off. The opening scene will forever be stuck in my mind, showing Joel walking through a snowy New York while the title theme is playing in the background. It was at this point that I knew I was in for something special. As said before, the main aspect of the story was the fact that the two main characters decided to erase the memories they had of being together completely, instead of just letting their memories fade away with time. They hated each other so much that they would rather completely forget about themselves instead of letting the memories go. Clementine was the first to do this, so Joel decides to do it too. But while he was going through the erasure, Joel starts to regret what he's doing. He remembers all the good memories that he and Clementine had together. The talks, the walks down the road, and the day they first met. So, with one final attempt to save the remnants of his relationship, he tries his best to fight the procedure and retain any memories he had with her. I have to say this right out of the bat. This movie is very weird. This movie just screams early mid-2000s to me. From the many weird effects that are used, such as removing an actor's face or rotating their eyes, or the cast consisting of Jim Carrey, Kate Winslet, Mark Ruffalo, and Elijah Wood. It may sound like these factors ruin the movie, but they don't. In fact, they make it much more special. It's not your typical romantic movie. It frequently challenges the viewer on the validity of Joel and Clementine's relationship, and it's not afraid to get surreal. To some, that might shy them away from the movie, but that is why I love it so much. It all feels like a distant memory or dream of a fling or crush that I might have had with someone. Locations like Montauk Beach with a frozen lake that has a crack on it, and the train station covered in snow, all feel so hazy, like going through a long dream that will stay with you forever. It makes me feel nostalgic of all the places I've been, and it's beautiful. However, I believe the beauty of the film comes from its depictions of loneliness and trying to be perfect. Joel is so socially awkward, he keeps to himself most of the time, writing in his journal about his feelings towards Valentine's Day and just how desperate he is to find someone he can love. He seems like the type of character that we shouldn't root for. He doesn't have much going for his life. Everything moves so slow for him. But what he represents is so relatable. Everyone has felt like Joel in one way or another. And the fact that he still wants to fight the erasure long after his relationship is over is so admirable and inspiring. Whereas Clementine is all over the place. Her impulsive character leads to her not having a consistent partner. She's trying her best to lie down and find someone, but she just can't do so. As a result, she keeps to herself and dyes her hair in many colors. She's trying to prove that she does have everything under control, but in reality, she has no control on her life. But she is always true to herself. She is unique and seems very fun to talk to. She shows her joy for the simplest things, like laying on the frozen lake, or being annoyed with people making fun of her name. Both these characters are too harsh on themselves. They want to be the ideal happy couple, the ones that rarely argue, are constantly happy with each other, and have happy children, taking each day with a positive outlook. And while that sounds nice, it just isn't the case. These two argue a lot on what could have been, and those feelings still lingered after the relationship was over. Joel didn't want to have a baby, and Clementine keeps yelling at Joel for how uninteresting he is. They keep pushing this idea of a perfect relationship, but it doesn't work, because there is no such thing as a perfect relationship. There's never going to be a perfect relationship. You have to make the most of what you have and don't try to force it. Otherwise, you will be angry and upset. And even when it's not working out, it's okay. It's better to have let them go than to have constant negative thoughts about it. Joel and Clementine finally understand this. Instead of fighting it, Joel accepts the erasure, completely letting go of his love. He gets in his family car filled with sand and leaves Clementine on the beach. Some time has passed since all of these events, the relationship and the erasure. Joel meets with Clementine yet again, not remembering anything at all. This is the two of them technically meeting for the first time. But soon afterwards, they both get tapes of themselves, talking about each other and why they decided to go through with the erasure. Hearing all of this, they both get shook up. Clementine is worried. She thinks that the relationship won't work again. And from hearing all of this, Joel just says one word.
Okay.
I love the fact that the movie isn't aiming to be the perfect love story. It wants to depict the messiness of human relationships, and it does it so well. Friends, lovers, parents, siblings, these relationships are all hard to maintain. We get jealous of people having so many friends, the hottest girlfriend or boyfriend, the coolest brothers and sisters. It makes us jealous. Why can't I have that? Or why can't I have a girlfriend or boyfriend? And makes people think that if we just have what all of our peers have, we will be happy. But no, it's not that simple. You can get so lost waiting for the right person to come that you start to neglect everything else around you. And when you do get into a romantic relationship, it isn't just one way where you automatically feel better and your partner is there just to make you happy. You have to see it both ways and work through your differences together. There is no harm in being alone. Give it some time. I'm sure that one day you will find that person. Even if you don't have any luck, then work on yourself. This isn't a race. Take your time and appreciate yourself first. How happy is the blameless vessel's lot, the world's forgetting, by the world forgot. Eternal sunshine of the spotless mind, each prayer accepted, and each wish resolved. Hey guys, it's me, Quacks. Some things happened, and unfortunately, I don't think the Tricon video will come out soon. It sucks, but I think it'll be alright. I think I'll be fine. Besides, I already have plans for what my next video will be. It's gonna talk about a movie, which I am really loving. Not really loving, but I really love the movie. And I think I can probably get it done in like, I'm not sure how I'm gonna get it done, but just look out for that, because I know that's gonna come after this video. But yeah, thank you so much for your patience over these 5 months, and I will see you in the next video. This has been Quacks, specifically Quacks 2100, and see you later. Bye.